Okay, this is going to be a spicy one probably because I'm not a communist. I'm an anti communist. But at the same time, I have studied the communists to the point that I get that they have a point. They're wrong, but they have a point. We're going to talk about that. This is, in a nutshell, why communism always conquers capitalism in the end. In my opinion, all capitalism ends in crony capitalism because governments are weak. Governments have to be weak in order for you to have freedom. But this means that eventually money and influence and shit worm their way in, and you have crony capitalism. What is this system? Crony capitalism is a system in which a very few people hold all the cards, and they insist that we're playing blackjack and that we have to keep giving them money when in fact we're sitting at a poker table. Okay, they aren't even playing the same game anymore, and they've changed the game so much that it's fucking blackjack, and they're sitting there pissing in your face and telling you it's raining. Okay, uh, by this, what do I mean by all this? If you work a blue collar job in America every day of your fucking life, could you afford a mega yacht? No, no way in hell. That's an extreme example, but that's a little bit of it. Okay, what else could you not afford? Think about it. What can you afford that the owners of your companies can? Okay. Do you need a mega yacht? No, you don't. But neither do they. And like this is part of the point is if you highly reward one group of people for doing nothing and then under reward the group of people that are doing everything, eventually they just stop doing it. And if you force them to do it, then they're going to make swords and guns and fucking kill you. And that's how you get a communist state. Not joking at all. This is the system that we watch play out the world over. We like to pretend that the American system is above it. Well, it was at one point when we followed the goddamn Constitution. We haven't followed the Constitution for fucking ever. And now try to open a small business. Okay? You'll find that it is a paperwork nightmare that you have to hire lawyers for. I never got an LLC. I never did anything. I just made knives in a garage. Why'd I do that? Because it seemed like the most honest way to make a living. Okay? I I will not work for them ever. I'd fucking be a hooker before I'd work for them. Okay? And this is one of the things you need to get. Saying that your work is optional when for most people, if they don't go work for them, they don't have a life. For me, I want different things in life than most of you. I don't want children. I don't want a house. I don't want security. I don't want fucking anything. I want adventure. I want, excitement and I want sex. That's what I'm going for. Now, because of the world I live in, I've become a prepper because it seems like, I might need a fortress to have sex in. That's what I'm going to go build. It's just fucking ridiculous that, like, you sit here and watch this cycle play out over and over again. It's obvious what's going to happen. It's obvious that Like, someone wants us to have a war here. There's going to be a civil war in America over this issue right here. And I don't know that our side wins it. I think, honestly, we're going to come out of this civil war probably a communist country. So prepare for that one. Sorry, my vape pen won't draw. I fucking hate these cheap ass fucking weed carts because basically they never draw good. This is what happens when you have crony capitalism. Instead of just having a product that works, you have 20 products. They all are marketed the same. They're all at different prices, but roughly the same price. And you never know what you're going to get, ever. Sorry, I'm not muting that. I'm coughing so much because these cheap ass fucking carts I'm smoking have bad shit in them. I don't know what's in them. There's no control over the industry because it's outside of the fucking government, which is preferable to it being in the control of the government. Like, I don't even know what to fucking say anymore. The people saying that like you should go to work and that the thing that inspired this was I was looking through YouTube and I saw a Fox video that was the owner of some company who I don't even remember saying this is what it was FedEx. What happens when you make work optional? Bitch, you are like the biggest slave driver of all. UPS and FedEx should fucking quit today. Like, for the amount of money those people get paid for the kind of bullshit that they put up with, don't get me wrong, they get paid better than most people. However, look at what happens to mailmen. Wait, think about it. You know a mailman. What's he like? I'll tell you in case you never met one. He has bad knees and he bitches all the time. Why? Because he walks more a day than you have in your entire life. Every day. And they are not being appropriately compensated for how fucked up this is going to make them. And this is, in a nutshell, what's wrong with our society. Why are there so many people on Social Security and disability? It's because there's no fucking thought given at all into, okay, this job, how much pain and suffering is it going to cause this person? And is this person going to need constant care for the rest of their life from doing it? Oh, well, then maybe we shouldn't fucking do that because it's creating a fucking broken person. And like, this is our whole world. Our whole world's like this. It's not the issue isn't making money. The issue is making money on the broken backs of lesser people. And this is in America's DNA. Okay? My ancestors owned fucking slaves. Let that sink in. I get it. I've seen it. We've been there before. I'm telling you, you're slave owners. Take it from one who was. You know? If you don't think you're a slave owner and you own stock in McDonald's, go to the most ghetto ass ghetto one you can in your town and just walk in and look in the kitchen. You're a slave owner. You'll see 3 or 4 people working their ass off for money that you wouldn't bend over to pick up. I don't know a solution to this. The solution is that you have to pay more for everything. That's just the reality of it. This life of cheap disposable shit is stupid. It was stupid 30 years ago. It's really stupid now. Okay? How were things done before? Okay, well, you made one refrigerator. It cost real money, but you bought it and you never had to buy another one. In fact, your grandkids would fucking inherit the motherfucker. There's people restoring old fridges from the 50s now, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to make one brand new again. That kind of shit. Like, I have a fridge in my house right now that I don't even fucking use. I don't use it because it's a useless piece of shit. And it was bought a couple of years ago. I use my fucking set power fridge I bought for the car. And half of my reasoning for that is I want to test it. And the other reasoning is that other fridge doesn't work that good anymore. Why doesn't it work that good anymore? Because it was made to wear out in 2 years. So that way you have to buy another $2,000 or $3,000 fridge. Okay? The price of the fridge hasn't changed. They've just gone from making a good product that lasts 100 years to making a shitty product that doesn't last at all. And telling you that it's better because it has lights on it. You guys are a bunch of fucking morons. That's just my opinion. Like, the average consumer is a fucking moron. I know this because I made knives. Let's talk about that for a minute. You know how much money I had in the average knife I sold? 10, 20 bucks. Whole thing. Now, that didn't include my time and my machinery, but that was the materials used in it. And if most of the people buying it had known that, they would not have been paying, $200 to $500 for that shit. No way. Okay, I like to recycle. I made grips out of firewood on a $300 knife. I don't have a top on right now. If I can turn my camera on and show you. What can I say? It was hot in the house, and sometimes it's nice not to have to wear a bra. Anyway, I'm going to mute so I can cough for a second. This whole situation is a creation of the Democrats. All this is our Constitution was perfect until it was perverted by criminals. We have a criminal problem in America. Everyone here is a criminal. And our leaders are double. You know? We're raping the whole fucking world and holding a gun on them and telling them that we're there to save them and that they just need to hold still and we'll finish fucking them. That is most of the world's take on America. That's my take on America. It's what I would like to correct. Like, I like to think of myself as like the Queen of America. Mainly because in the Three Musketeers movie that Disney made, go watch that. It's awesome. Oliver Platt, Charlie Sheen. I forget who else is in it. One of the Sutherlands, Kiefer. Anyway, Oliver Platt says that this sash was a gift from the Queen of America. So, you're welcome, bitch. Anyway, being as such, I like the Constitution. I think the last king of America put our Constitution in place to preserve the thing that he created. And that person was George Washington. And I figure at some point I'm going to fucking die being shot by the federal government because of shit that I'm saying in this video now. And this is why I'm saying I'm your fucking queen. I'm going to go down with the ship. I don't fucking care. Come and shoot me. You'll make me more powerful than you could possibly imagine. That's the play. The only play left is Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you want to truly preserve the Republic, like, either you're someone who can take it at the tip of a sword, which honestly I think I could probably do, but I think my grandma would cry. Or you try to fucking spread this disease. I'm a Jedi Knight as my grandfather before him. But that's what I would encourage you to be. Get a rifle, learn how to use it, learn how to use it well, learn how to make your own money, and say, fuck the government. Buy 10 acres of land and start making moonshine. I don't give a fuck what it is that you do. Do something that will generate real money. Become a pot farmer. Fucking make knives. Fucking, get a CNC machine. If you're a computer dude, learn to run a CNC machine. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, we need to start building our own world. These people are all going to die. And they're taking us with them. At a certain point, you have to shoot motherfuckers in the face to live. And I think we're almost at that point again. I hate to say that, but like, the purge is fucking coming, it seems. They're putting purge law into effect. In fucking Illinois, if you get charged with second-degree murder now, you're back out on the streets. As of, I think, the end of September. Shit's about to get real. Whatever we rebuild in the wreckage is what is the thing that I'm trying to encourage you to be. You need to be the men that are George Washington, that are Thomas Jefferson, and not these fucking cunts that do this shit now. And you're going to have some of these cunts left over. And as, one of the people who I hope survived this, I think you should know what to do about those people. You shoot them in the face. And then anyone who has issue with that, you shoot them in the face. You keep doing that until it's just people that believe the Constitution is law. There's going to be a slave rebellion in America. It's going to be glorious. Can't wait to see a guillotine on the National Mall. I'm going to die. Don't get me wrong. We're all going to fucking die. But at least I get to see fucking, I can't name names, but you know who, on a fucking guillotine on the National Mall on CNN. Their heads rolling down the steps. That's coming. The people that they've stirred up are the communist revolution of 1917 mixed with the French Revolution. Like, they are coming for Marie Antoinette. They're coming to fucking cut the heads off of people who eat cake. Okay? And this is one of the things that really, I think, makes me relatively safe in all of this is, while I don't do much, it's because my idea of happiness is a bottle of rum and a couple of hung men. That's really it. And, as enough money to like have that safely, like a house. That's all I want. Okay. And like, it seems like there's no way I'm going to be able to buy a house in this shit. That's half of why I've decided I'm going to buy 10 acres of land and like build my own thing. And if you want to know what that looks like, go watch the channel Bush Radical. Bush Radical has built several of the things that I'm going to go build to live in. And like, I'm going to build a cluster of them and have like a thing of small rooms basically, and then maybe build one big ass one as like a shop. I fuck these people. I'm kind of a redneck. Like, it's not kind of. I really am a redneck. Like, that's due to my grandfather. My grandfather was many things, but he was a hell of a redneck. Like, had a car in his driveway that he hadn't driven in 30 years. It was an old 50s pickup that was beautiful. And honestly, I wish we had kept it, but we didn't. We sold it for scrap when he died. It would have made a really cool fucking restoration project. He called it the War Wagon. It was his truck in the 60s and 70s. He didn't have the heart to throw it away. It's that kind of mentality that, like, these people don't have. They don't give a fuck about that truck. They're going to sell it for scrap because they don't see it as a horse or whatever. They see it as a chunk of scrap metal, and that's fine. My grandfather could not bring himself to scrap it because it was his old mount. In Vietnam, like, he was flying F-4 Phantoms and driving that truck. That's who I am at my core, really. Like, that man shaped more of me than almost any person you could imagine. And I sit and look at our country today and weep because he's rolling in his grave. And, like, it doesn't fucking matter if the FBI is going to come and shoot me anymore. Grandpa's upset. Grandpa's upset. I'm upset. That's what you should get in your fucking heads. That's what the whole world should get in their fucking heads. That's how at least some slice of the population still is. You've made my grandfather so upset that I hope you reap the fucking wrath that's coming. I hope you fucking get to know the taste of the blade of the guillotine. It's what you fucking deserve, you miserable slave owning pieces of shit. I hate the Democrats. Like, this is the old fight. It's the same old fight. It's the anti-federalist versus the federalist. It's the fucking South versus the North. It's the slave owners versus the non-slave owners. Except everybody's switched fucking teams and you don't know who the fuck anybody is anymore. Second, I have to blow my nose. You guys didn't need to hear that. That was chunky. Anyway, that's what happens when I get to crying. And that's all I can do anymore when I think about this shit. So, you want to go be a slave, go be a slave. But realize that basically if you have kids, they've got you. They've got you forever. Because you're never going to stop spending money on them. Ever. And I think that's where some of this is like they've broken enough people to the point that they can't function enough even to save their children. And they want that. That creates a bunch of kids for them to fuck. Like, I think this is a well orchestrated plan, really. They want destroyed families in America because, in reality, these people are the same fucking leeches that always feed off of society. You want to talk about werewolves and vampires and shit like that? All that shit came from Romanian peasants making stories up about their fucking landlords. And you know why they made those stories up? Because they saw bacchanals at night that would rival fucking hell. Like, Dracula was a real person. He started a lot of those kind of myths and whatever, but his descendants, or like the descendants of the nobility in Eastern Europe, This is who these people are becoming. It's all of the worst things of humanity are coming out in our leadership. And I think it's because they don't have a religion. So, like, why be good? Like, there is no good or bad. Sin is in. Like, you can say many things about me. Like, I consider some things not to be a sin that you would consider to be a sin, probably. Here's my thing. My God considers doing things for money and power's sake to be a sin. My God considers harming others for your own gain to be a sin. Like, there's a bunch of other shit that sins. Anal isn't one of them, honey. I think this is probably one of the better videos I've made in a while. I don't really know what else to talk about, but I'm going to end this with a note on optional work again. Optional work uh, versus slavery means that you have a choice of what to do and where to do it, and that something about what you're doing can result in success. If there is no path forward to success, it's not optional work anymore. And especially if, you know, basically your odds of actually getting promoted are none. We could get into that, but like, if you're not the sort of person that's going to play their political game, you're never going to get ahead in life. You're never going to get promoted. And people will be like, well, you should just do that. Well, fuck you. You don't get the whole point of this. I'm not going to fucking lower myself to acting like these people. I I really feel that way. It's that big of a deal. You guys are fighting for the scraps from someone's table and you've forgotten that you got a God-given right to something better. And I'm here to remind you that you do. The only difference between you and a king is that kings take what they want. The Queen of England's ancestors took their shit at the tip of a fucking sword. They killed thousands of people to get their shit. Realize that. Realize that as they make laws that say murder is illegal and that they can be the only ones that own land and that they're the only ones that can really make money. Let that sink the fuck in. That is what they're trying to establish here. That's what the ruling class wants. They would like to be nobility. And like we have strayed so far from God that we've forgotten that this was a thing. We think that the American government will always be here, and this is their plan. Their plan is to implode the government in on itself to take over. I don't know who the fuck takes over or what the fuck takes over, but it ain't going to be good for you. So get a rifle, learn how to use it, and pack a goddamn bag full of food because you're probably going to need that too. You know, to quote James Yeager, like, don't go anywhere, but pack that shit. Have it ready. Know the skills. Know what to do. Know how to do it. Be a dangerous person. Be on all of their fucking lists. And when they come for you, don't go quietly. And I say that because I don't know about you, but I don't intend to live in fucking prison. And this is the protest. I'm doing nothing wrong. The First Amendment gives me the right to say what I wish. The Second Amendment gives me the right to own the arms I wish. If you come here to arrest me for things that I've said, then it's war. That's what the Second Amendment means. So I think I will say what I want. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Har, har, har. I don't care anymore. Shit's gotta end.